What's good, everybody? It's John. I'll come back at you on another video. So for this video here, I wanted to talk about creation, right? And to explain to you, if you haven't been doing so, right, why it is that you need to begin creating more. Now, in our natural state, we are creators, right? And the reason for this, right, is that we have our brain, we have an imagination, right? We can think for ourselves. We're one of the few creatures on the planet that has the ability to think and use an imagination, right? And with that, that's how we're able to develop our opinions and develop our own unique preferences, right? Everyone's preferences are different because everyone is different as a person, right? I may like a certain sport that you may not like, or you may enjoy doing an activity that is not something that is desirable to me, and that's okay. The reason why you need to begin creating more if you haven't been doing so is because it gives you the freedom to let your imagination run wild. It gives you the freedom to have fun and decide how you want to take things, right? I feel as though there's a great deal of people out there who are frustrated with their life and their position wherever they're at in life because to some degree they probably don't have that freedom to create, or they just haven't been able to create. What I mean is there's people who live their lives just doing what they're being told by other people, whether that's going to school, if and I support people going to school, but like as far as like going to school to pursue an education in a field that you're not interested in but are forced to do so because either your parents or someone like talked you into it, right? Or that's what, like the scholarship that you receive, things like that. Or, if you're working an occupation and it's something that you don't want to do, but it pays the bills, right? Some people in those cases feel forced to show up because they have to make ends meet, they have to provide for the family, right? People in those positions can be frustrated because they can feel as though they're stripped of their true self, of their natural self, and that is typically the case, right? You as a human never like being told what to do, right? Because you've always had your own perspective. And when I mean being told what to do, I'm not talking about like being given instructions. I'm talking about like where you didn't have any say in what goes on, right? As a person, you've never enjoyed that because you have your own preferences about things. And I'm sure if you had complete freedom to decide which direction you want to go, right, chances are you'll probably operate or head in a different direction from what you were told to do and forced to do, right? I will say this, even if it's as small as even a hobby, right? Go do that, go pursue that because creating brings you joy because you're tapping into your true natural state. You've been a creator since birth, right? Because you've had your own preferences since birth. You have things that you enjoy, whether it's activities, whether it's hobbies, right? Doing those things will allow you to create and will effectively put a smile on your face and allow you to have fun because you're doing what you want to do, what your heart desires. I'm even creating with these videos because, of course, me making these videos for you guys, that's me tapping into my creative side. No one is forcing me to do this, right? And this is something that I want to do, something that I've always wanted to do. And for me, I feel happy doing these videos because a lot of times I could just be going through my day or just randomly just stop and have an epiphany or an idea of something that I want to talk about, a topic that I want to address. And I know that I can go behind the camera, give my thoughts and share my findings or my epiphanies with you guys, share my ideas and you know, hopefully as an outcome have it improve your life or make you become or grow more into your true self than you did prior to clicking the video, right? This is me tapping into my creative side. And I encourage you to do the same in whatever it is, right? If that's playing a sport, if that's doing a hobby, The goal is for you to create, because ultimately when you're creating, that's when you're at your happiest state, because you have the freedom to take things wherever it is that you want to go. And if you ever want to put something down to try something else, you can do that, right? You're not chained, you're not forced into a certain box, into limitations, right? When you can create, you are operating from a place of freedom, wherever it is that you want to go and take it. So if you're watching this video, and if you haven't been doing so, right, I highly encourage you to begin creating more, right? And don't worry about what people have to say. Don't worry about other people's opinions, right? If what you're doing is fun to you, and it's not hurting or offending anyone in any way, shape, or form, right? Like if it's something that's productive, um, then by all means go do it, right? And don't worry about other people's opinions or what they have to say, because at the end of the day, they're not you, and you don't have to explain yourself to other people, right? People can support you, but people may not always understand you, especially if it's close friends, relatives, because they will have an opinion about you and an image of you and what they think you should be doing, and that could be drastically different than the opinion and the image and the vision you have for yourself, right? So it's not your job to explain yourself to anyone else, right? You can do this because it's fulfilling to you, and it's fun to you, and it's enjoyable, and it can open up so many doors and opportunities for you along the way that you're not even aware of right now. But you're just putting one foot in front of the other because you enjoy it, and it's what you want to do. So I know there's plenty of people out there who, their excitement or their joy for life is at a minimum, because they feel like, you know, that they're just a hamster on a wheel that is just the same thing over and over and over and over, and there's nothing different. Every day feels the same, and they just feel like they're robots. And I'm here to tell you that you're more than that. You're human, you're a creator, you have God power within you, right? And you have the power to create. You can use your imagination to make and create something that has never been seen before, or you can use your mind and your imagination to pursue what it is that you want to do, or even begin with starting out as just doing things that you enjoy as a hobby. You don't know if you cooking because you enjoy cooking could end up creating the next new opportunity for you that can change your situation and improve the life of your family, right? You don't know if you just starting a YouTube channel and pumping out content of different topics that you love talking about or doing, right? You never know if that can somehow break through and reach the masses, right? And really help people along the way. You don't know where it could take you, right? So when you have the opportunity to create, when you have an outlet that you can just have fun, that's when you get more excited. That's when life, your quality of life improves, because then you have the freedom to do what it is that you want and enjoy. And so you know yourself, you know what you enjoy doing, and you whatever it is that you really enjoy, I'm sure you have a creative side to you. And so tap into that more often if you haven't been doing so, right? Because then it gives your life more excitement, it gives you more purpose, because you're you're working from within, right? What is that you want to do, and what brings you internal happiness and joy, you're tapping into more of that, so that'll in effect and ultimately improve the quality of your life. So just want to leave you guys with that piece right there. That's why, if you haven't been doing so, that's why you need to begin creating more if you haven't been doing so already. So let your imagination and your creativity run wild, and ultimately you want to make sure you have fun. So that wraps up this video, guys. This is Joel, and I'm out. See you guys for the next video.